You gotta show the audience member and stuff. And yourself, you gotta show yourself. Just need a second. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Terry Witherspoon. I'm going to take the next few minutes to talk a little bit about bullying. On a 2016 webpage titled Statistics, National Voices for Equality, Education, and Enlightenment states that every 7 minutes a child is bullied, and 85% of the time no one steps in. Have you guys ever dealt with bullying or maybe being a bully yourself? Well, I had a lot of issues growing up by being bullied, and I also I wish that somebody would have intervened. And I also have a school-age son named Wesley, and I would hate to think that if we were being bullied that no one would step in and help. Today I will identify what the different types of bullying are, the dangers they present, and ways you can prevent them. We'll start with the bullying types. Okay, so according to the National Center Against Bullying on a 2017 webpage titled Types of Bullying, there are 4 types of bullying. Physical, which includes physically hurting someone, biting, pushing, shoving, pinching, or even damaging someone's property can be a form of physical bullying. Next is verbal bullying, which is just how it sounds, any form of verbal abuse, name calling, teasing, things like that. Social bullying is meant to humiliate, embarrass, or harm someone's reputation. It could be slandering someone's name, spreading rumors, mimicking to ridicule, or playing mean jokes. And lastly, there's cyberbullying, which involves digital technology like social media, cell phones, sending hurtful emails, maybe pretending to be somebody else online. I never really dealt with cyberbullying as a kid, but as an adult, I've had someone slander me on Facebook, say things that aren't true. It can be really hurtful even as an adult. As a child, I mostly dealt with verbal and social bullying. And it caused a lot of issues. It states on a 2016 webpage titled Statistics, I previously mentioned that only a mere 7% of U.S. parents are worried about cyberbullying, while 33% of teenagers are affected. So it's more common than you might think. Now that we've spoken a bit about the types of bullying and the dangers of bullying, being bullied, let's move on to the dangers of bullying. Let's move on to the dangers of being bullied. On a 2015 webpage titled Dangers of Bullying, PrevNet lists these dangers. I personally have dealt with all of these: depression, social anxiety, loneliness, isolation. I was definitely a loner in school, didn't really hang out with many other people. Stress-related health problems, stomach aches, headaches. My mom actually had to pick me up from school one time because I had a headache so bad I was just crying. And I'm not sure if all of the issues are directly linked to bullying, but I do believe that a lot of them are. Low self-esteem, school absenteeism and academic problems, aggressive behaviors, and contemplating, attempting, or committing suicide. So I'm going to speak a little bit more about these last 2. It states on the same 2016 webpage titled Statistics I mentioned before that harassment and bullying have been linked to 75% of school shootings. This goes to show that anger and aggression linked to bullying can be very severe. Some schools even have bulletproof blankets that are pictured here, just in case there's a shooting. Again, on the same webpage I just mentioned, it also states that suicide remains one of the leading causes of death in children under 14, which many of these unfortunate suicides are definitely linked to bullying. Now that we've discussed the bullying types, the dangers of being bullied, let's move on to some of the dangers of being a bully. Not knowing the difference between right and wrong, delinquency and drug abuse, academic problems and increased school dropout rate, aggression, sexual harassment and dating aggression, gang involvement, criminal adulthood, difficulties in their relationships with others, and being bullied at the hands of others. So not only can a bully, face all these dangers, but they also would have all the side effects of being bullied themselves, because they might also get bullied. Somebody might fire back, get tired of being picked on. So as you can see, bullying in any form can be dangerous, and when possible, it should be prevented. It can cause emotional problems or even death. It's unfortunate that it's almost always overlooked, as I mentioned before, but it doesn't have to be. Which is why, lastly, I want to speak about some ways that you can prevent bullying. As adults, I feel it's our responsibility to step in and prevent it when you're in a situation. And coming from someone who's bullied frequently as a child, I know how hard it can be to stand up for yourself. So, I actually made these up myself. One thing you can do is intervene. Make sure that you step in and talk to all the children involved, not just the one that's being bullied, but also the bully, and try to see to get the bullying doesn't continue. Listen. Simply providing a listening ear to a child can actually help them feel less alone and help them deal with the bullying a little bit better. And finally, talking. You could seek counseling for the children involved, and if not, you can talk to them yourself. Maybe tell the person being bullied that they're not alone, and a lot of people deal with it. To try to step away when in a situation, tell an adult. And for the bully, maybe teach them a little bit of empathy, and especially if they're getting bullied themselves, they would be able to relate. So, all of the intervening, talking, and listening are all great ways to prevent bullying. Let's recap what we've discussed. All types of bullying can cause emotional distress to all parties involved and should be prevented when possible. As I stated before, recap first. Okay, so we talked about the 4 different types of bullying: physical, verbal, social, and cyber. We talked about the dangers that they can cause, not just the person being bullied, but the person bullying others. And then we talked about the ways to prevent bullying: intervening, listening, talking. Now, as I stated before in the beginning of my speech from that same 2016 webpage, 85% of the time someone is bullied, no one intervenes. I hope you all see now how dangerous bullying can be, and if you're ever put in a position to stop it, that you choose to do so. As Martin Luther King Jr. said in his 1967 Steeler lecture, in the end we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Any questions or feedback? You're supposed to. I think it's a requirement, so somebody has to say something. Excuse me?
What was the other lesson? People learn to correct by rewarding punishment. This is exactly how I learn.
Yeah. I didn't really understand the question.
Oh. Words have no power, I'm saying. People, the wise ignore words.
Yeah. You know, they have the saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words can never hurt me, but I don't entirely agree with that. I think words can, if you're not strong enough, to just brush it off your shoulders, and definitely, as you guys have seen from the PowerPoint, that can definitely cause issues. Each kid is different. So, well, thank you guys for listening.